Hey guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an almost full face of first and second impressions. So if you're interested in that, keep watching, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's get into it. I have 9 products sitting in front of me. Some of them I've used once and some of them I have never tried. So we're gonna go through and do kind of a first and second impressions video of all of these. I kind of apply them and then at the end I go through and kind of tell you my first or second impression of them, if I'm going to continue using them, etc, etc. So I will link everything that I mentioned down below, including my new sweatshirt. So let's get into all of the new goodies. Like I said, this is going to be a second impressions for a couple of these products. Probably, it's probably like split half and half. So all I have on my makeup is my moisturizer. I will link every single product that I end up putting on my face down below in the bottom bar. So first I'm going to put on this. It's the Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer Longwear Foundation Grip, and it says that it preps, smooths, and perfects. I've used this once so far. This is what it looks like. It comes in a little squeezy tube with a pump, which I do really like the packaging of it. And then the consistency is just like a white, it almost is, it's not super creamy, if that makes sense. It's almost more of like a gel consistency. When it goes on, it almost feels like a moisturizer. It doesn't necessarily feel really silicone-y or really tacky or anything like that, but I do think that it really smooths out my skin. Just in this area is kind of where I want it to be smoothed out the most. And then for moisturizer, I'm going in with this from Origins. It is the Pretty in Bloom SPF 20 Flower-Infused Longwear Foundation, and I have this in the shade 230 Light Neutral. You guys know that I love Origins skincare, so I was really curious to test this out. It just comes in a little squeezy tube. I like this packaging. I think that it works perfectly. It's really, really small, and let's see. It does have an ounce in here, so I like that it's way smaller than a lot of the other foundations that I have. And then to blend it in, I did also use this once. I want to say I mixed it with a different foundation though, and I'm going to use this new sponge. This is from Real Techniques. I've used it once, so this is the second time I'm using it. But it's this one. It says the Miracle Complexion Sponge for foundation and BB cream. This is the same shape as their other one, but it was marketed differently. It says Sugar Crush. So I don't know what the difference is, but this is what it looks like. I went to go grab another one of the EcoTool sponges because I love this sponge, but this one is getting old. So I went to go grab one. I saw this at Target and I figured I would try this one because it was cute. So I grabbed this one instead. And yeah, I have no idea if it's different than the orange one or if it is just the same with a different color. This is one layer of it. It's definitely a little bit too light for my skin, but it's also a pretty light coverage. You can still see all of my acne scars through here. So I am going to just build it up a little bit in those areas. This is what it looks like with the 2 coats. It definitely built up a little bit, but you can still see some imperfections peeking through, but I'm going to leave it. I'm okay with that. And we're going to move on and set my face with this from Urban Decay. This is the All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder, and I have not used this one before. This is what the packaging looks like. And then there is a good sized mirror, and this is what it looks like. This is not in a specific shade, I don't think, although it looks like it probably should be. This actually looks like it's going on translucently, which even if I take some on my finger, you can't see it at all. So although it looks like it's a color in the pan, it really does seem to be completely translucent, which is kind of nice. I don't think I have any translucent pressed powders. It definitely mattified my skin. I think right around like my nose area and my chin area, it looks a little bit dry. We'll see how the rest of the makeup goes on and then judge from there. I don't have a new bronzer or blush, so I'm gonna do that, finish up my face makeup, and then I'll be right back. My face makeup is done. Now I'm going to go in with this from Grande Cosmetics. It is the Grande Brow Fill, and it is just a clear brow gel. This wand is way smaller than I was expecting it to be, but I'm just gonna go through, and it says that it has brow boosting peptides and fibers. So I'm assuming that it'll make my brows look fuller? Question mark. All right, I don't know that they look fuller, but they do feel like they're in place. Like it's a good brow gel just to kind of hold your brows in place, which I'm fine with that as well. I'm going to use this eyeliner from Pixi. It is the Endless Silky Eye Pen in black. I've never tried an eyeliner, I don't think, from Pixi. So this is what it looks like. And I am just going to trace my upper lash line and then smudge it out. The one thing I'll say about doing my eyeliner like this is that you don't have to be super precise. You obviously want to be somewhat precise, but I think sometimes it's easier doing it this way and having kind of that lived-in look rather than doing a liquid liner, just because it's a little bit less fussy. So now I'm just taking this little smudge brush and I'm going to smudge this out. And I know I'm going to have a little bit of extra on the brush, so I'm just going to put that under my lower lash line, just so I don't have a lot of it, but just any excess I can put under there. For lashes, I'm also using a Grande Cosmetics product. I actually got this in my BoxyCharm and I already used it in that video, so if that video is up, I will link it up here. But I said in that video that it seemed semi-similar to the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, which is what I've been using as my first layer lately with my Hourglass. So I wanted to try these two out together, so that is what I'm going to use today. I'm going to let that first coat of mascara dry a little bit, and I'm going to move on to my lips. This is from Maybelline. It is the Superstay Ink Crayon. I do have this. It is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. This is a liquid lipstick, and I saw they came out with a crayon version, and I wanted to try it out. So this is in the shade Seek Adventure. This is what it looks like. It just has a little twist up situation, so you don't have to sharpen it manually. This is what it looks like. Definitely it doesn't go with my sweater, but that's okay. I do really like this color. I think it would be gorgeous if I was wearing something neutral, just like either a white, cream, black, something like that with this little pop. It also would be gorgeous for the holidays, but they do have a bunch of other colors as well. The formula feels really comfortable. It applied so easily. I'm gonna give it a chance to kind of dry down to whatever it's going to dry down to, and I'm going to go in, do my layer of Hourglass to see how these mascaras work together, and then I will be right back. All right, I just finished my second coat of mascara. Honestly, I don't like the way that this layers as much as I like it with the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, so the Grande I'm like a little on the fence about. The last thing I have to try is from Pixi. This is the LipLift Max Glossy Lip Plumper, and this is in the shade Petal Ice. This is what it looks like. It looks super duper light, almost clear. I don't know how much color this is actually going to have. So let's see. Anytime I have a lipstick on and then I put my like doe foot onto my lips and color comes off, I always try to wipe it off before putting it back into the tube, because I am not trying to tint this to be whatever color I have on my lips. So it didn't feel like it had a lot of product on the wand. The gloss is just pretty thick, but it does have a really nice sheen and glossy look. It's not like gritty or anything, but it does feel just slightly sticky. This isn't the most comfortable gloss formula I've tried, but it's decent. I don't know that I will continue to use this over and over though. Now that all of my makeup is done, I'm just going to run through all of the products I used, whether it was a first or a second impression, and just kind of share my thoughts with them on you, because I know I didn't really do that very much as I was going through it. So first was the primer. I really like this. I'm going to continue to use it. I think that it really smoothed my skin nicely, but it felt nourishing still, and it didn't feel like I was caking product on. So definitely really liked this, and I do like the packaging of it. The Origins foundation, I'm still on the fence for. I think that it was just like a little bit too drying for my skin, so I do think that it looks broken up in certain areas, and I did have to build it up, which I still think that you can see a lot through it. So it's definitely a lighter, maybe like light to medium coverage. I don't think that you're going to get more than that out of it. So for me personally, I don't necessarily like this as much as some other foundations that I have. If your skin is more oily or you just need way less coverage, you might really like this. The Urban Decay powder, I like this, but again, I just feel like my skin looks a little bit dry. I need to play around with it again, maybe with a different foundation so I can really test it out. But I do like that it's a translucent powder that is pressed. I don't have any like this. I like the packaging. It's really nice and sleek and compact, and I like that the pan size is really nice. It's like a big size around. So overall, I do like this, but I'm going to have to continue to try it out just to see if this was the case, or this was the cause of the kind of like broken upness around my chin and my nose. I almost forgot the sponge. I really like this. The first time I tried it with my NARS Natural Radiant foundation that I wear all the time, and this didn't pick up as much product as normal. So I'd put the normal amount that I use on my face, and then I had so much extra. I actually had to turn it over and kind of pick up even more excess because the sponge wasn't picking up as much as my Ego Tools one does. So that was interesting. I also do really like the point of this one. I forgot how much I was missing it with this Ego Tools one. I love this sponge so much, but I do like the point just to kind of get in under your eyes so that you can get to like those little crevices that you can't get to if you don't have it. The liner was pretty good. It didn't tug at my eyes at all, which I really appreciate. It went on really easily, and it blended out pretty nicely. I don't know how it's going to stay, obviously, because this is the first time I'm wearing it, but so far so good. There's so many of these that I kind of think a lot of them are similar, so I don't know that you necessarily need this one, but it's good so far. The Grande Brow Fill, this feels really stiff. If you hate the feeling of stiff brows, you will hate this. I personally really like it because my brow hairs fall so quickly, so it's really hard for me to keep them in place all day, and this actually feels like it's going to stay. It does feel a little stiff when I'm moving them around, but I personally don't mind that. It says that it has fibers in it. I don't know that it actually does, or maybe I just can't see them, but I don't really notice anything like that. I do think that it's a good clear brow gel though. The GrandeDrama mascara, this is fine. As my second try, like, it's okay. I do still like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise paired with my Hourglass better, and then when I tried this alone, it was fine. I don't think that I would wear it alone on an ongoing basis, but it's like a mediocre mascara. The Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon, I really like this. The packaging is nice, it's sleek, it's easy to use. I like that the sharpener is in it. The color is nice, and it was really comfortable. I love matte products that give you the matte look without the matte feeling that your lips are just completely dried out. I didn't feel like that at all. I think the color went on really smoothly, and it didn't feel like it was sucking the life out of my lips. So I'll definitely use this again. I might actually pick up a different color. I'm interested what their nude lip selection is, obviously, so I might pick one up in a more nude color because I think this will be really pretty for summer or even just for the holidays. Lastly is this. It's the LipLift Max from Pixi. This is just a little bit sticky. It's definitely really glossy. Like, I think my lips look super glossy right now, but it's a little bit sticky for my taste, so I likely will not continue using this. Alrighty guys, those are my thoughts on all of these products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below if you've tried any of these or what's on your radar of new releases to try. I would love to know. Let me know if you want to see more of these videos. I love testing out products for you, and do you want me to do more first impressions, like actual first impressions, or more like mixed up second impressions too, because a lot of these products I have already tried. Let me know all the things down below. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.